Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. My 600 Pound Life is a TLC show that features patients who are in danger of dying. It is always heartwarming and pleasing for the audience to see a critically obese patient succeed and come out on top. But despite all these glittery facts, this intensive program is not for everyone. Sometimes, TLC provides viewers with an update of patients to see how they're doing. But in today's video, you will see some of my 600 Pound Life's worst updates. Justin and Stephen Asante. On My 600 Pound Life, Justin and Stephen Asante were the ones who became famous, or if I say infamous, because of their stupid and nasty behaviors and got popular for wreaking havoc on the show, from drug addiction to family problems to even mental abuse. Among the Asante brothers, Stephen was the really notorious one, because he really made his life and his father's life a living nightmare on the show. He was so manipulative that he even stole the painkillers of his own brother Justin to satisfy his need of addiction, and since then, he never created a change for his betterment. Due to Stephen's mischievous behavior, Justin wanted to quit his weight loss program, but Dr. Now and the father of the Asante brothers both talked and pushed Justin to keep up with the program, to make his life healthier and better than before, and to not quit it because of Stephen. But unfortunately, in spite of everyone's help and motivation, he quit the show. The tussle of these Asante brothers and their family's problematic complications both brought so much chaos to the show. This duo of brothers were the worst ones as Dr. Now's patients, and it was probably the best decision they literally made by quitting the show. Anyway, don't be mad at me, because what is right is right. Well, there's another incident of Stephen that may shock you. When Justin quit the program, Stephen still continued to be a part of it. He was dealing with painkiller addiction and was sent to the rehab center, but just guess what he did? To meet Dr. Now, Stephen Asante gets rushed to the hospital, not because of some unforeseen medical emergency, but for something totally opposite you could ever ask for. Well, for a minute, just imagine you're in Dr. Now's place, and you are seeing the ambulance door slide open, just to reveal a lining that Stephen Asante wanted to ask for a refill on his painkillers. Without developing a dependence and knowing zero boundaries, Stephen came back against Dr. Now's orders because he already knew that other hospitals were useless and unwatched for him, and those hospitals would send him to jail if they saw him coming in asking for painkillers. If he ever tried to take that risk, he would have to pay the price, with his insurance being canceled and free ambulance rides would be canceled as well. According to Dr. Now's speculation, if he keeps up with this kind of behavior, he'll soon be paying with his life. Cynthia Wells. As a single mom of 5 children, Cynthia Wells was a participant that had a ton of responsibility for taking care of her kids. But because of her debilitating weight, everything was becoming more difficult. At 610 pounds, Cynthia was becoming less motivated to leave her bed and to go outside, and even became more exhausted, especially when she had to move. Sadly, that was quite a tragic case for her. But for many unhealthy and rigid reasons, she managed to earn herself the reputation of being one of the more bullheaded stars of the show, especially when she met Dr. Now to pursue his weight loss program. Dr. Now challenged her that in 30 days, she needs to lose 30 pounds, and she felt like most of it was doable. But despite losing weight, she started gaining it, and it was revealed when Dr. Now told her that she was now gaining 4 pounds. He was not happy in the follow-up appointment. But Cynthia somehow got upset after hearing that Dr. Now wasn't happy she gained 4 pounds, and he did not appreciate her efforts and not even take into account the sacrifices she made while following his strict diet. Not just that, Cynthia also felt that Dr. Now is quite mean and selfish because he only cared about those 3-digit numbers and not her financial struggles. Eventually, she was seen crying in her car while saying that she is over it, and she even called Dr. Now's program fake. While during her tenure period, she once even called Dr. Now's program bullshit. By the end of her episode, she returned to Oklahoma City to her home. Her weight loss had stalled, and she was in deep denial about her emotional eating habits. Luckily, in her follow-up episode, she managed to lose weight on her own by dropping down to 361 pounds. Shanae Murray. Weighing 665 pounds, Shanae Murray was quite a problematic, rigid, and stubborn patient. On the show, her relationship with Dr. Now wasn't great, as she always seemed rude to him, even though she always refused to follow him, and therefore, Shanae Murray was still tipping the scales at nearly 600 pounds after nearly taking 4 months of treatment from Dr. Now. Not just that, it was also revealed that since she has started Dr. Now's plan, she gained 50 pounds more. While Shanae was staying in the hospital, her boyfriend Freddie was with her to give her support. But he was nothing more than a troublemaker, as during her stay in the hospital, the staff had caught him red-handed and noticed that Freddie was sneaking fast food, like pizza and cheeseburgers, into Shanae's room, then lying about it to Dr. Now. Due to her non-serious attitude towards her weight loss program, Dr. Now wondered if she was really meant for the program. He told her that if she wouldn't even want to try, she should eventually drop the program where she is now, because despite losing weight, she started gaining more. After some time, Dr. Now canceled her weight loss journey as she was unwilling to stop overeating, and her behavior was quite rigid, as she kept insisting that her weight loss is a part of some divine scheme. She even said that she's submitting her weight loss plan to God's plan, so if God wants her to go for gastric bypass surgery, it will happen. Allegedly, it is said that she has lost some weight on her own, and due to the change, she ended up back in the hospital to continue her weight loss journey. To your knowledge, let me add that she was even seen making a YouTube video about it, but now her social media is not obvious or telling if she actually puts in the work. Lenitha Reed. Because of 40-year-old Lenitha Reed's overweight complications, she had been living in pain for the past years. But when she decided to join the program, she was so confident and hoped to lose over 400 pounds to start a healthy life again. She even started a Facebook page so that her fans and the viewers of the show could follow along in her journey. It was discovered that after being a part of the weight loss journey, because of her diabetes, she overeats. Her diabetes makes her drive crazy and urges her to have sugar-based food. Lenitha was a single mother who was raising her daughter as a single parent. By the way, while on the show, it was pretty hard for her to do both, raising her daughter and losing her weight. Therefore, due to all of those complications, everything ended up affecting her ability to lose the weight that she really needed to shed so she could survive. Eventually, because of all of that, she started missing appointments with Dr. Now, and finally ended up declaring on the video call with Dr. Now that she was too busy to continue the program. When she said goodbye to the program and took her departure, Lenitha was placed on life support as she was going through a medical issue and her lungs were collapsing. At last, it appeared that she did not make much progress since then. However, she finally came forward to show her progress that she made in 2019, despite struggling against everything everyone assumed would happen by making for a happy ending for literally once. Jean Covey. A 39-year-old woman living in Texas first featured on Season 7, Episode 11 of the show. Jean was at her peak weight of 702 pounds. She believed that the reason behind being this big is because of her terrible childhood experience when her parents got divorced and when at a very young age she was sexually abused. Her mother confirmed that when she was 5 years old, she began stealing snacks from her terrible grandmother for revenge. On her way to the hospital, she asked to stop and rest, but not for stretching her legs or lying in the back seat. She was just craving soda. Not for a medium one, but a big soda. Well, that's not the end. Jean started having the worst phases of her life. Her mother fell ill, and she had to go through this gastric surgery alone. But do you know? What exactly did she do to make things right? She ended up suing My 600 Pound Day production company, saying that the company didn't fulfill its promise to pay the medical expenses. She even claimed that they said no to filming the show, but they were forced to do it. Isn't her case quite one of the worst updates to watch? We say yes. Angela Gutierrez. In Season 9, Angela first appeared on the show to lose her weight, But when she started missing her few appointments, Dr. Now became worried about her. Even he started to assume a doubt that if she was ever willing to continue the weight loss program so she could save her own life. When Dr. Now finally connected with Angela on a video call, she admitted that she had had some family issues that made her miss her appointments with him, and she is making her mind to move to Texas eventually. She revealed in front of Dr. Now that she had shed almost 120 pounds, but Dr. Now didn't seem to be buying her statement, as he said with a doubt that he really needed to see it in person to believe whatever she was saying. Angela then opted to leave the program eventually. And in fact, it was rumored that she still continued video sessions with Dr. Now. But the thing we are sure about is that she only lost another 100 pounds, while still needing to lose more and needing oxygen as well. Well, that's all for today, guys, with my 600-pound life worst updates. Thanks for watching the video.